My name is Humphrey. This is my wife Elizabeth Humphrey, and we've adopted 9 children from the foster care system. And this is our story of what God has done in our lives.
We've been married for 20 years, and when we got married, we just always had a heart to care for kids. And through the years, we've had 25 children. I had told Daryl that I'd been praying about it, and I said, you know, we've had all these teenagers and they've had so much trauma. If someone had been there for them when they were younger, maybe they wouldn't have had so much trauma. And so I told Daryl, I think that we should foster children 10 and under, so that I feel like we can advocate for them. It was probably like 2 or 3 days later, we got a call from our agency supervisor, and he said, now Elizabeth, I'm just asking you, you can pray about it, but I have a sibling group of 5 and they're all under the age of 10. And so a few months into having the children, they had told us that the birth mother was pregnant with her 10th child. And we gladly said yes. Oh, a baby, yes. And so we got Hananiah at 4 days old from the hospital. And then 3 months later, we found out that birth mother was pregnant again. And at this time, reservation came in again. Sometimes you're scared to say yes because we look within ourselves. You know, you look at what you can't do. But God continued to compel our hearts to say yes because He enables us. He works within us. It's His story. And we had reservations of saying yes to another baby. But when the baby was born, they had called, and of course we said yes because God was preparing our heart to say yes.
It's different, you know. When you first start fostering, it's mainly about need, and then later on it grows into love, and once it gets into love, you're probably going to adopt. That's the way I look at it, you know. I don't think need to carry you through, but I think love will.
So that's where we are with the 7 sibling group that we have adopted in the last 3 years. Seeing them grow, to know that they have a forever family, to know that everything's okay, to know that they're safe, that your kids have to trust you. And once they trust you, they're going to accept your love. They're going to trust the Lord. And so the Lord's working through us. And just to see them grow from the trauma that they've had, they're the most loving children that I've ever met.
Zamira, when she graduated kindergarten, she actually, in the little speech there, she said, when they asked her what did she want to be when she grew up, she said she wanted to work for a foster agency or either DCS to help foster and adopt children. So.
She wants to be an adoption specialist.
Yes.
Being able to see how they've grown, how they can serve. So it just brings great joy. You just see God working within their hearts, and it's exciting.
Financially, as far as God providing, it's just amazing what He's done. I have no complaints, zero.
Not everyone is called to foster or adopt, but everyone is called to do something. And whether it's to pray, to bring meals, to offer, maybe they need help even with laundry. Just in the small ways, just like with us, we've had people to send milk or a box of cereal. And that in itself brings joy to my heart because I see the love of Christ. I see them being compelled to love. Don't ever think that something so small is not great. It's like a puzzle that's being put together, a beautiful story that He's writing. And sometimes we may not, of course we're not going to see the picture, or we may not see things the way that we think we should see them. But when you're fully surrendered to God and you just say yes where you are, He's going to show you what He wants you to do.
And that's what I say when somebody says, I don't see how you do this. And I feel like they're saying, I don't see how you love, because that's what God has done. And that's what God can do to you or anybody. He can transform. And when God transforms your heart, He transforms your mind and your feet, and that's what He's done. And I've seen Him work throughout the children. I've seen Him work in my life. I've seen Him work in Elizabeth's life, and she's had a heavy load to bear. I mean, I go to work. She stays home with 8 kids and homeschools them. That's a big deal. With 2 babies, 1.5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. So she's my hero, and I look up to her. And people ask a lot of times, they'll say, well, how's your marriage? And I'll say, well, I think it's perfect. You know, I mean, I really do. I know we got a lot of kids, and I know we hadn't been together, you know, and on vacation in 2 or 3 years, and I know this and I know that. But me and her both are in our happy place. We don't live in a mansion by the ocean, and, you know, I could name 100 different things that worldly we would want. But literally, as I sit right now in the little small house we live in, with 8 kids and 2 crying babies sometimes, I am a blessed man. I'm Daryl Humphrey.
I'm Elizabeth Humphrey, and this is our family.
The Humphreys.